In today's class, we are studying relationship between zeros and coefficients of a quadratic polynomial. As we all know that a quadratic polynomial in general can be written as ax square plus bx plus c, and we also know that a quadratic polynomial have two zeros because its degree is 2. So let those two zeros be alpha and beta. Now, relation between zeros and coefficients of ax square plus bx plus c will be there will be two relations. First is sum of its zeros is equals to minus coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. Here you can see that in place of sum of its zeros I have written alpha plus beta, and in place of coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square I have written b upon a, that is minus b upon a, because in given quadratic polynomial coefficient of x is given as b and coefficient of x square is a. Now second relationship is product of its zeros is equals to constant term upon coefficient of x square. Here again you can see that product, in place of product of its zeros we can write alpha into beta, and in place of constant term upon coefficient of x square we can write c upon a, as constant term is given as c in the quadratic polynomial and coefficient of x square is a. Now on the basis of these two relations we will be studying about some examples. Example number 1 says that we have to find the zeros of the quadratic polynomial x square plus 7x plus 10 and verify that relationship between the zeros and the coefficients. So first we will be finding zeros of the given polynomial, that is x square plus 7x plus 10. Here we'll use middle term splitting method. So we'll split our middle term into two parts or two terms, that is 2x plus 5x, such that product of 2 and 5 is coming as 10 and sum of 2 and 5 is coming as 7. So you can see that after splitting we can take common from first two term, that is x is coming common over here, and in next two terms 5 is coming common from here. That means inside x plus 2 will be left in both the cases. So finally we can write x plus 5 in one bracket and x plus 2 in second bracket, as overall x plus 2 is coming as common. Now for finding zeros, either x plus 5 equals to 0 or x plus 2 equals to 0. Here value of x is coming as minus 5, and after calculating another value of x is coming as minus 2, that is alpha is equals to minus 5 and beta is equals to minus 2, where alpha and beta as we have taken the zeros. So now we will study about verification. So for verification we will compare our given polynomial with general quadratic polynomial. So after comparing we'll get value of a as 1 and value of b as 7 and value of c as 10. Now for verification, first relationship that we have to verify or we have to prove is sum of zeros is equals to minus coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. That means we have to prove here alpha plus beta is equals to minus b upon a. So let it be equation number 1. So from equation number 1 we'll pick up LHS, that is alpha plus beta. While putting the value of alpha and beta in this LHS, we'll get the answer as minus 7. And now we'll pick up RHS from equation number 1, and that is minus b upon a. Now put value of b and a in this RHS. After putting the value of b and a, we'll get minus 7 upon 1, that is minus 7 again. So LHS will be equals to RHS here. That means alpha plus beta is equals to minus b upon a. Now second relationship is product of zeros is equals to constant term upon coefficient of x square. That means we have to prove that alpha into beta is equals to c upon a. So name this equation as number 2. Now from 2 we'll pick up our LHS, that is alpha into beta. That means in place of alpha and beta we can again put the values. So after putting the values we'll get the answer as 10. Now we'll pick up our RHS, that is c upon a. That means we'll put our value of c and a in this RHS. So answer will be 10. Now you can see that both LHS and RHS again coming equal, so that's why we can write alpha into beta is equals to c upon a. Hence we are verified with our relation. So now come to example number 2. Example number 2 says that we have to find the zeros of the polynomial x square minus 3 and verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients. Now in this polynomial you can see that one term is missing, that is bx is missing over here. So value of b we can take here as 0. First we'll find the zeros from this polynomial. Now polynomial is x square minus 3. So in this you can see that in place of 3 we can write root 3 whole square. So our new polynomial will be x square minus root 3 whole square, which can be splitted by the identity that we can use here, that is x minus root 3 into x plus root 3. As I have written the identity in the bracket, you can see over here. Now for finding zeros, either x minus root 3 equals to 0 or x plus root 3 equals to 0. That means value of x from here is root 3 or another value of x here is minus root 3. So alpha will be root 3 or beta will be minus root 3. Now again we'll verify here the relationship between the zeros and coefficients. So for verifying, we first will compare our given polynomial with general quadratic polynomial. So after comparing we'll get value of a as 1, value of b as 0 and value of c as minus 3, because as I have explained earlier that bx term is not here, so that's why value of b will be 0. Now for verifying the relation, our first relation we have to verify is sum of zeros is equals to minus coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. That means we have to prove alpha plus beta is equals to minus b upon a. So name it as number 1. Now from equation number 1, our LHS is alpha plus beta. We'll put a value of alpha and beta as we have found above, and after putting it we'll get answer as 0. As you can see, it is being solved here. Now in RHS we'll put RHS from equation number 1, that is minus b upon a. Now put the values of b and a in this RHS as we have found from above. So after putting the value we'll get answer as 0. So LHS is equals to RHS in this equation number 1. So first relation is being verified. Now come to second relation. Second relationship says that product of zeros is equals to constant term upon coefficient of x square. That means we have to prove alpha into beta is equals to c upon a. Now name this equation as number 2. After this we'll pick up LHS from equation number 2, that says alpha into beta. Now put the value of alpha and beta into LHS and you will get the answer as minus 3. And now pick up RHS from equation number 2, again you will get c by a. Now put the value of c and a here. that is minus 3 upon 1. That means answer will be minus 3. So you can see here that LHS is coming equals to RHS in second relationship also. So hence verified. Now come to third example, that says we have to find a quadratic polynomial, the sum and product of whose zeros are minus 3 and 2 respectively. Here you can see that we have to do the opposite thing. That means this time sum and product of zeros are given to us and we have to find a quadratic polynomial. Now first we'll suppose our quadratic polynomial be ax square plus bx plus c and zeros be alpha and beta. Now as it is given that alpha plus beta is equals to minus 3, so take it as equation number 1, and we know that alpha plus beta is equals to minus b by a by the relationship, so name it as equation number 2. So from equation number 1 and 2 we get minus 3 upon 1 is equals to minus b upon a. You can see here minus can be cancelled with minus and we can compare rest of the things from LHS to RHS. After comparing, we'll get value of a as 1 and value of b as 3. Similarly, it is given that alpha into beta is equals to 2. So name it as equation number 3, and we know that by the relationship alpha into beta is equals to c upon a. Name it as equation number 4. From third and fourth equation we'll get 2 upon 1 equals to c upon a. That means value of c is 2 and a is 1. These values we get after the comparison on LHS to RHS. Now from these we'll get the values as a is equals to 1, b is equals to 3 and c is equals to 2. Now our supposed polynomial will become as x square plus 3x plus 2. Now come to the new topic, that is relationship between zeros and coefficients of a cubic polynomial. So again we'll suppose a cubic polynomial in general as ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. Now cubic polynomial, as its degree is 3, so it have 3 zeros. Let us suppose above px be having these 3 zeros as alpha, beta and gamma. Now relation will be sum of its zeros is equals to minus of coefficient of 0 of x square upon coefficient of x cube. That means in place of sum of its zeros we can write alpha plus beta plus gamma, and in place of coefficient of x square, as you can see from the supposed cubic polynomial, coefficient of x square is b and coefficient of x cube is a. So our first relationship is alpha plus beta plus gamma is equals to minus b upon a. Now come to second relationship, that says sum of product of zeros is equals to coefficient of x upon coefficient of x cube. Now here you can see sum of product of zeros. In place of this we can write alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha. This means first we'll do product of zeros of 2 zeros and then we'll add those product and then we'll get the sum. Now come to RHS in this relationship, that says coefficient of x. That means you can see in place of coefficient of x we can write c, and in place of coefficient of x cube we can write a. So our second relationship is alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha equals to c upon a. Now third relationship is product of zeros is equals to minus constant term upon coefficient of x cube. Here again you can see that in place of product of zeros we can write alpha into beta into gamma, and in place of minus constant term upon coefficient of x cube if we compare this with a given polynomial, then we'll get minus d upon a. Now example number 4, that means we'll be doing example on basis of this relationship between zeros and coefficient of a cubic polynomial. It says that verify that 3 comma minus 1 comma minus 1 by 3 are the zeros of the cubic polynomial 3x cube minus 5x square minus 11x minus 3, and then verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients. First we'll verify that 3 minus 1 minus 1 by 3 satisfies 3x cube minus 5x square minus 11x minus 3. First we will put value 3 in the given polynomial. While putting 3 over here, we'll get 80. You can see that after solving this polynomial, we'll get 81 minus 81, that is answer will be 0. So that means we can say that 3 satisfies the given polynomial. Now come to minus 1. If we'll put minus 1 in place of this given polynomial, then we'll get our final answer as minus 11 plus 11. After solving it, we'll get answer as minus 11 plus 11. So your final answer will be 0. So again you can see that minus 1 is satisfying above polynomial. Now come to minus 1 by 3. If we'll put minus 1 by 3 in above polynomial, then after putting this and after solving it, we'll get minus 2 by 3 plus 2 by 3. So our final answer will be 0. So you can see that in 3 of these cases, our answer is coming as 0 after solving it fully. So that means we can say that these 3 zeros satisfies the given polynomial. Now for verifying the relationship of zeros and coefficients, we'll compare our above polynomial or given polynomial with ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. Here we'll get a as 3, b as minus 5, c as minus 11, d as minus 3, and as we all know that alpha, beta and gamma are given to us. That is, alpha is equals to 3, beta is equals to minus 1, gamma is equals to minus 1 by 3. Now for verifying, we'll start with first relationship. That says first we'll find alpha plus beta plus gamma. You can see after putting value of alpha, beta, gamma over here and after solving it, you will get the answer as 5 by 3. Now we'll take minus coefficient of x square upon coefficient of x cube. That gives minus b by a. So we'll put our values of b and a over here. Again we'll get 5 by 3. So this implies that alpha plus beta plus gamma is equals to minus b by a. Now come to second relationship. So we'll take alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha from it. So after putting values of alpha, beta, gamma in this equation, we'll get minus 11 by 3. We have to put the values of alpha, beta, gamma over here and then solve it, and then we'll get the answer as minus 11 by 3. Now coefficient of x upon coefficient of x cube can be written as c by a. That means after putting the value of c and a over here, we'll get minus 11 by 3 again. That means answer is alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha is equals to c by a. Again second relationship has been verified. Now come to third one, that is alpha beta gamma is equals to 3 into minus 1 into minus 1 by 3. So answer will be 1 after solving this. Now come to minus constant term upon coefficient of x cube. In place of this we can write minus d by a. So put value of d and a over here and you will get again answer as 1. So you can see that alpha beta gamma is equals to minus d upon a is coming here. Hence we can say that our relationship is verified. Now do your assignment as exercise 2.2. get